This is Sweet Holy Justice with you today talking about school hacks and tips. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was ValorBooks.com. And this is a cheap textbook website. They sell used textbooks, and the textbooks they sell, even though they're used, they are still very well intact. And you can get books as low as $4, or even lower. There are a few that are lower, but with shipping and handling, it brings it up to $4. So I would say that's a pretty good price. Whereas in other places, the same book would be like $100. And another thing that I've learned is when you are looking for, getting a book for your class, sometimes it helps to get an earlier edition, so that way you get a lower price. Now, the edition doesn't need to be too far back, like 3 editions or 4, but, 1 edition or 2 early than the one needed would be a lot cheaper, because the current edition would be probably maybe $200 or $180 something, whereas just the edition earlier than that one, or two ones before. I usually get 2 editions before the earlier than the one that I need, and the price just drops tremendously, like all the way down to $6 compared to $147. So it's just a cheaper way to get books. And another another tip is a note-taking method that I use. I put all my notes in tables, and the reason I do this is so I can scan. It makes it easier to scan for information and study for my exams, or even just studying, just to, like I said, for tests and stuff. But like if you use a regular, just writing it on a piece of paper, you have to kind of scan and search, through the paper, flip and draw your notes, look and search. But this is a very organized way to just look specifically at the paper, and you can scroll and see just what you need. And another hack would be to use Google products. So Google Docs is very good to help with, collaborations and working with other people, because you can all see each other edit the document or work on the document at the same time. It's almost like you're all sitting together in the room on one giant computer. And even if you're by yourself, you can even, it keeps up with it better. To me, you can just go on any computer. You don't need a flash drive or anything. You just go type in your Gmail account, log in, and there you go. You're back on Google Docs, and you could be on the same document without having to save it on your computer, because it saves automatically on that account. Now, a very useful tool that I use is Paraphrasing tool, especially when I'm writing my papers. It helps you change the words, especially if you're taking a few ideas from a friend's paper, but you don't want to copy the whole thing. And you don't really want to put the exact thing your friend put, because that would be plagiarizing. Or if it's just from a magazine or another article, what you can do is put it on this website, and it will reword everything for you, so that way it'll be, basically your work, counted as your work and not someone else's. And the best part about this website is that it is free. Another tool that I use in writing a research paper and that I use in school is citationmachine.net. And also, if I didn't, you can see the URL, the website for here's paraphrasingtool.com. But Citation Machine is very helpful. It has different writing formats for you to use, and you plug in the entry mode right here, whatever, the article name and what forth. And one thing is easier is if you keep the URL handy. And I'll discuss this later in my video, but it makes it quicker. You can just paste it, and everything pops up for you. You don't have to, see what spaces and what comes first. It just does it for you. It is helpful to learn, but if you're on a time-saving, if you're on a time clock, you need to go ahead and, get it done. This is the website to go, and this is also free. So, in papers, another hack that I would use is I let my sources or my evidence talk for me. So I'll go to this website of the article and I'll copy a section of it, not like just the whole article, but a good section, and I'll paste it in my paper, and I'll paste it, quote it, and, you must, cite it, or else that would be plagiarizing. So I cited what I take, copy, and paste, and then I'll paraphrase, under that. Like, the cite's there, the evidence is there, when I write it again in my own words and how it relates to the paper that I'm writing. And normally, the English rule that you use is if you copy one sentence, you must write 3 more, paraphrasing it. But if it's not an English class, then I'm not too strict on that. I just put it together and write a few sentences afterwards, and, but not as much as the required rule might need me to do. And as I stated earlier, the URL, you need to keep that handy, especially in writing a paper, because I have done this several times. I will write the paper, have the source write it, and, write the author and put in quotation marks. And when it's time for me to turn it in, and, I usually do my works cited page last. Well, I end up losing the article, and I try to type it up and find exactly what I found, but it's not the same. Well, because there's so many, articles on certain topics. So I've learned that if you keep the URL, copy, it paste it, or just keep the window open when you do your works cited page, you won't have to search and find it. If you even want to just take the URL and paste it on another document or sheet of paper, keep it handy with you. It'll make life so much easier in citing your references. And by citing, here's the definition from google.com. It's from dictionary.com, really. But, it's quoting something and you're giving it the credit. You're from the author or whoever wrote it, you're letting the reader know that this is not my work, but it's theirs. I'm just using this to help you understand my article. So, and therefore you won't be plagiarizing, because if you do not cite, you will be plagiarizing and can even get kicked out of school. So this is it. I hope this video was helpful to you, and have a blessed day.